We'll start off with you, Pavel. Go ahead.
Hey, Jabril. Coach O said, before we get started, thank you for doing this. All of the media people, we've even said on Twitter, we understand these are difficult times and no one wants to have to jump in front of a microphone. So thank you for doing this. And tell Zach if you see him and Liam as well. But Coach O talked about the practices being spirited, and Zach just referenced that yesterday's was really good. So there is the idea that you guys haven't thrown in the towel, right? I mean that you guys still are fighting hard, and that despite what's happening around you, it hasn't deterred you from trying to finish this season. Is that accurate?
Right, exactly. We're all just still trying to put good tape on film. A lot of guys on the team, we're looking at the next level and trying to reach that goal. So putting on good film against pretty good teams is something that we're striving for, and by doing that is trying to play great together as a team and just going through practice and everything. We're just trying to keep our heads up high. I think Coach, he's been doing a good job of telling us keep fighting. Everything that's happened in the past has happened, and we just have to look forward.
Hey, Jabril. I mean, with all that's going on, is it mostly football? I mean, if you guys were say 8-0 and going towards SEC championship and things like that, would things be better? And or with all that's leaving, is it more than football?
I think right now these are weird times and everything that's going on. You could look at it as more than football, but at the end of the day, just if we were an 8-0 team right now, then everything would be totally different. But since we're not, a lot of people they might be hanging their heads and everything. But if you put this in perspective, it just depends on how you have outlook on life, and you can either look at it as the glass halfway empty or halfway full. So it all depends on that.
Jabril, looking at Florida here for a second, what's going to be the challenge in stopping Kyle Pitts, and what makes him such an effective player? I imagine you might have some responsibility in lining up against him Saturday.
Right. Their offense, Kyle Pitts, Kyle Trask, Tony, they're all great weapons that he has to throw to. And just him, he's kind of like a Eric Gilbert, someone that I've seen in practice most of the time, the way he runs his routes, the way he battles for the jump balls and is physical. So me and him matched up one-on-one would be a great competition come this Saturday.
And Jabril, it's been a long year from since you arrived to now. I mean, how much of some of the things that happened over the summer through the preseason, have those things been resolved? I mean, or is there still things that y'all hope do get resolved?
As in.
As in, like, it seemed like, the summer, there was, into the preseason, there was, just, I don't know. It may have just been conjecture, but I'm trying to just understand maybe if there's, I don't know, anything from the beginning to now that, maybe I'll wish might get figured out.
Everything that happened over the summer and everything, it's cleared up right now. Everybody, we have our own decisions and options to do things, but everything happens for a reason, and everybody that's here now, we're just ready to fight and go on towards Saturday.
Pavel.
We talked. You mentioned Eric, and obviously his situation is fluid right now. But I can't imagine a guy having more of a culture shock than coming from North Dakota to Baton Rouge. I mean, maybe if you went to New Orleans, it would have been even more extreme. But can you speak to that, having a young team and maybe facing some challenges this season that normal freshmen probably aren't going to face, and trying to navigate those waters? And how do you or any of your teammates, put an arm around a guy in a situation like this and kind of help walk them through it?
Right, having a young team, it can be extremely difficult, especially from the student-athlete sides of it, being your first year. A lot of people don't like to see, they overlook how mental health is really something that student-athletes have trouble with going on throughout the season, and that can take a toll on you, especially with COVID going on, you being away from your family and everything. So it's up to us older guys to kind of just grab the younger guys and just teach them the ways and how to get through it and ways to cope with it, because you're always going to miss your family and people that you've been used to being around, and this being a new environment is something that a lot of people aren't used to. So just having older guys to look up to and just continuing to show them the ways through.
Jabril, you came from a program where you rarely lost in 3 years, national championships every year. Now you're in a situation where it's just trying to get a win. How have you put that in perspective? Because those are so far opposite dynamics.
Yes, I think this helps me, and it mostly humbles me, and knowing how to lose and how to come back and feeling that hunger again, because when I was at North Dakota State, we barely even felt the loss. So just having this down season is something that I always keep within me, and just knowing that how I have to always continue to work hard and strive to continue to be at the top.
Y'all, you were talking a minute ago about those freshmen, kind of what they're doing off the field, but I mean, on the field, y'all are relying on so many underclassmen. At the same time, you're trying to, finish the season with some wins here and put things together. Is it difficult to sort of combine that desire to win now and develop the guys that haven't had that much experience at the college level? And in your experience, how much time do it kind of take freshmen to sort of get to this level where they need to be?
Yeah, it mostly depends on the freshmen themselves. Some people, they're quick learners and they get up to speed real fast. Some people, it'll take them a couple games. So just giving them this experience is something that's very helpful for them. But trying to win right now and giving them the experience is something that we're working on in practice, getting them up to speed and everything, especially during Competition Tuesday. So this is like a real tough battle day for them, for all of us. So just trying to get younger guys and older guys at the same level, either communicating or playing wise, is something that we're still working on.
Hey, Jabril, Coach O mentioned there's a kind of a re-recruiting process with some of the seniors who could come back next year, and then some of the juniors who had the option of coming back and or going to the draft. I'm not sure where you are in your process, but when you look at the future in 2021, what do you see in terms of that way going to your decision that you think is something worth coming back for?
Right. I see a bright future in this coming next season, because the amount of young guys right now are getting the amount of reps. So next year they won't be considered rookies anymore. They'll be vets within the playing system. So there's a lot of young talent on the team that getting some run this year was very key for them going into next year. So next year I see LSU back at the top.
Thank you, Jabril.
Thank you.